Hello and welcome to MLC CAD Systems. Today I'd like to cover some essential information for being an MLC CAD Systems customer or for any SolidWorks user. In order to do this, I want to cover who MLC is, how we help our customers, and how we can help you. Then I'll of course dive into SolidWorks serial numbers, the different variety of them, and how they all work. Of course, what's most important when you're a new customer probably is how to download and install SolidWorks, or really any product with a SolidWorks name on it. And then of course, once you've got the product in hand, I'd like to cover some additional resources, things that come with subscription service or training classes, technical support, and services through MLC CAD Systems. So first, let me introduce myself. My name is Philip Morrow. I'm one of the applications experts or applications engineers here with MLC CAD Systems. I've been with the company for 5 years doing this, and I get my hands in all things SolidWorks related, but I am particularly a simulation specialist for structural analysis, thermal analysis, fluid dynamics, or injection molding applications. Although our engineering team, our applications expert team, covers all the SolidWorks products, we each take on unique specialties so that we can really take a detailed response. Now, I've been with MLC for going on 5 years, but MLC has been around for over 35 years. In fact, they've been supporting and selling SolidWorks for every single release. That's 24 releases of SolidWorks since the 95-96 release. Same for MasterCam, is back in 1988, that's 18 releases ago, for MasterCam, which generates your manufacturing G code for CNC machines and different subtractive manufacturing devices. As well as we also cover 3D Systems and Markforged 3D printers. At this point, we've trained and helped operate over 15,000 SolidWorks and MasterCam users, so we have a breadth of experience doing it. But what I'm most proud of is our applications experts team, the team that I'm on. This is a team of AEs that do everything in the SolidWorks role. We're all degreed engineers. We all have industry experience with SolidWorks in the field. This way, we don't have a structure with any type of call center or disconnected departments. We really bring a high quality of trustworthy answers. We know our customers on a more personal basis, and hopefully you'll get to know us and your favorite AEs over time. Now, to cut ourselves against our competition, we take a lot of certifications to be licensed to do different things with the software. And I just want to point out there are also public certifications that you as a SolidWorks user or customer could take and add those bullets to the resume. Now, MLC CAD Systems itself doesn't really make a product. Our product is our people. That's really what we invest in, is our engineering team and our technical teams, so that we can have a high degree of knowledge and expertise in these fields and help you be more efficient. Whether that's a critical business issue or a software need, whether that's training on how to use the software or perhaps customizing the software to fit your company and your environment or other special needs and projects. We've also grown quite a lot in the past 5 years that I've been with MLC. These days we're all the way into Florida, all the way over to Arizona. We go up into Kansas, down into Mexico. In fact, some of our MasterCam territory goes as far as Washington State and even Alaska. In the past 5 years, I've seen the company almost double in size, certainly grow in territory, which means wherever you are, you're going to be able to find local support, a person to come on site, or come into one of our offices for some public training. I'm based out of Austin, Texas, our corporate office. We have 2 great facilities here. We also go on site a lot to customize the training experience. We have it for these labs for SolidWorks and for MasterCam. We have teams certified for both sides. We'll do this in English or Spanish-based classes, and we're happy to customize to help you not only learn the software, but learn it while completing a project, so we can minimize your downtime, not have you spend a bunch of time outside of the office learning skills to later apply. Of course, above and beyond tech support and training, we offer services. That could be customizations for something like a product data management software like SolidWorks PDM, or maybe something that has a collaborative server like SolidWorks Electrical. Something needs to be customized for the environment so you don't have to spend the time doing that. Our position working with a lot of engineering companies, I think, gives us a unique ability to see a lot of business streams. So we also offer engineering process audits to help find out maybe where you have a bottleneck in your workflow and see what we could do to help minimize that. If you're doing some custom post-processing, maybe you need something written for a specific CNC machine or just general machining support for anything 4, 5, up to 6 axis, let us know. We're here for you. So I hope that gives you a brief idea of who MLC CAD System is, how we help our customers be more efficient, be more successful above and beyond just satisfying software needs. So let's get down to the details of SolidWorks serial numbers and how they work. At this point of time, you should have received a serial number in an email and also an informational PDF attached to that email. Take a look at that PDF. It contains a lot of links to YouTube videos and websites that I'm going to show you here today. Now that serial number is 24 digits long, and it's really the keys to the car here. That's really what you paid for. If you got DVDs in the mail, you got software on a thumb drive, that can all be passed around, but that serial number is yours, and it's what's important. It might start with these 4 digits, 9,000. You can really look at the first 4 digits to know what type of serial number it is. A 9,000 number is a standalone serial number, and it's activated on a per computer or per machine basis. So when you install SolidWorks with your serial number and you launch it the first time, it gets activated on that specific machine. Another type of setup would be a network serial number starting with 9010. This may get activated on a server or central machine, and other machines, when SolidWorks opens on them, asks that machine if there's an available license. So they can float around a network. Maybe you have 10 engineers but only 5 use SolidWorks at one time. You can also borrow a license from those types of network and go on travel. Finally, you may have had an evaluation of SolidWorks so far. Those serial numbers start with 8800. If you've installed one of those, you want to go ahead and replace it with one starting with a 9. Just find your installation of SolidWorks in the Add or Remove Programs list. Right click it like you're going to uninstall, but you can choose Change, and you can just swap that serial number out with a commercial serial number. Keep in mind, if you're using a 9010 number, that network serial number, this network license manager only needs to be installed on one machine. That one machine is the one that gets activated, and then it distributes license to clients across the network. Talk a little bit more about activations. Serial numbers are generally tied to a computer through activation the first time you launch SolidWorks after installing. Now this does use the internet for that first time that you're activating, but if you have other computers around, don't worry. You don't have to uninstall to use those. You can very quickly transfer that activation from one machine to another. For instance, if I've installed my machine at work and I'd like to use it on my machine at home, I'll simply install on both. When I'm done using the one at work, I'll choose Help, Deactivate License, and then when I get home and launch SolidWorks, it will automatically activate. The same could go for network licenses if you were changing from server to server. Now, activation does use the internet at that point in time when it activates, and starting with SolidWorks 2018, we have introduced the ability to lock an activation to a specific user instead of a specific machine. This means that you could launch SolidWorks and be asked just to log into that computer to get the SolidWorks license, so I don't have to hit Help and deactivate. Downside there would be an internet connection is required every time SolidWorks is launched. If you like that flexibility though, there is an offline mode, so if you're traveling or you're going to have a period without an internet connection, you can run in that mode. Setting up online licenses is done through one of the many websites I'll talk about, my.solidworks.com. But if you're transferring, installing, or even setting up online licenses, I'd like to point out one of the easiest ways to see these procedures, instead of the help documentation or anywhere else, is simply MLC CAD Systems YouTube page. Here I've opened up a video just for SolidWorks online licensing, but if you go to YouTube to user MLC CAD Systems, you'll find not only tutorials and how-to videos, but all of our installation and licensing videos as well. Whatever type you use, an internet connection is required during the initial activation. If you're working with a computer that cannot be attached to the internet, you can take a file from that machine to a machine with internet, contact SolidWorks that way, and then bring a file back to that machine without an internet connection. Few things to keep in mind about these serial numbers. You may also see serial numbers for SolidWorks Visualize Standard or SolidWorks PDM Standard. These products are included with a purchase of SolidWorks Professional or SolidWorks Premium serial numbers. If you're on a subscription service, you'll get SOLIDWORKS Visualize Standard, which is a standalone photo rendering program. It doesn't even need to be installed on the same computer that your SOLIDWORKS 3D CAD is on. SOLIDWORKS PDM Standard is a data management piece of software, a piece that, while you can set it up on your own, we offer an implementation service to help customize, install, and show you how to use that piece of software. Of course, you don't have to use either of these, but you may see serial numbers with them if you purchase SOLIDWORKS Professional or SolidWorks Premium. SolidWorks CAM Standard does not require a serial number and is included in all seats of SolidWorks in 2018 that have an active subscription service. This allows you to do some basic G-code generation or programming for subtractive manufacturing machines. You can also register your serial numbers if you'd like to at SolidWorks.com in what's called the Customer Portal. I'll circle back to this website in a few minutes because I consider the SolidWorks.com Customer Portal the home page for all SolidWorks websites, and I like to register serial numbers there to keep track of what machines they're on, manage online licensing, or just download the software. Oftentimes you'll see that one serial number is all that's needed for multiple products. This is extremely common with network licensing. You may have one serial number that entitles you to SolidWorks CAD and also SolidWorks simulation licenses without needing a separate number. Keep in mind you can always transfer that SolidWorks license to another machine at any time in a matter of seconds without uninstalling. You can follow our video on this at YouTube or just hit help, deactivate license, and your next machine will be ready to go. So that's a quick rundown of SolidWorks serial numbers and how they work. If you haven't done so already, I'd like to give you a similarly quick rundown of how to download SolidWorks and start installing. There's two main ways that this can be done. One, you can get a set of DVDs which arrive in the mail. It's a little bit slower, but it's becoming a little bit less common. But it includes every single SolidWorks product you could want to install just on those one DVDs. Now what's important is your serial numbers. The DVDs can be used by anyone. Remember, it's the serial number that you really paid for. Another method is a download of SolidWorks, either from that SolidWorks.com customer portal I mentioned or from our website, MLC-CAD.com. We have videos on our YouTube channel which show how the screen should look for downloading, but let me quickly show you how this looks at SolidWorks.com. When you get to SolidWorks.com, the top right-hand corner has a profile button that allows you to log into the SolidWorks customer portal. If you haven't created an ID here yet already, just choose Create a SolidWorks ID. All you need is your serial number and an email address. In fact, you could just use an email address, although you won't get all website functionality unless you enter your serial number and have subscription service. If you only have one serial number, but maybe many different users are going to use that serial number at different times, you can all create an account using the same serial number and just different email addresses. Once you've created an account and you log in, you'll be taken to the customer portal homepage, which is really what I think of as the main shop for all things SolidWorks. Here you can use your CAD admin dashboard, adjust your profile, access enhancement requests, and what I came here to do is the downloads and updates section. Downloading SolidWorks is relatively quick. You'll start by downloading 30 megabytes of the installation manager, and you'll find it here just under SolidWorks products. In fact, every SolidWorks product is under this same link, so there's nowhere else to go if you're installing, say, SolidWorks Electrical versus SolidWorks 3D CAD. The download is only 30 megabytes, and this downloads what's needed for the installation manager. You'll have some options if you want to install right away, install your server products, or perhaps just download everything that would have came on those DVDs in the mail. Once you've got that installation media downloaded, particularly if you did the download only and got everything that would be on those DVDs, just hang on to that media. Anyone with subscription can go back and download from that website at any time. If you don't have subscription service, that download's only available for the first 90 days, but once you've downloaded it, you can use it to install on as many machines as you'd like. These contain all of the installation media needed for all SolidWorks products, and installation instructions, videos, and even PDFs can be found at our YouTube channel and at our MLC-CAD.com. In fact, if you are having any problems with the SolidWorks website, you can come to our website where we've housed all of our installation information, videos, and PDFs, and you can download the latest SolidWorks Installation Manager right from here to get that download or any install started. So you can think of MLC-CAD.com as a one-stop and really not visit any of these other websites if you didn't want to. I'd like to point out that you can also create an administrative image. If you're going to be installing SolidWorks on, say, 20 different machines, you might want to set up your installation just once and be able to automatically deploy that. That can be done through an administrative image using the same installation manager. For more complicated setups in large environments or somewhere where you're using server-based products like a data management system or SolidWorks Electrical Collaborative Server, MLC is here to provide customization and implementation services. Please let us know. We'd be happy to get you set up specific to your company in as efficient way as possible. Now, I often get asked about hardware recommendations and what type of computer should be used to run SolidWorks. Of course, you can look at the SolidWorks system requirements online or check out our 4 tips on hardware at mlc-cad.com. One of the biggest things is actually the graphics card and graphics driver you choose to install. And when you're at solidworks.com looking at system requirements, I'd like to point out their section of their webpage dedicated to graphics cards. If I was looking for something I know has been tested and certified by SolidWorks, I would simply come here and choose the type of computer I'm using from a drop-down list. Perhaps I've been on the Dell website, I'd like to use one of their towers, and then I can see which graphic card models have been tested and certified by SolidWorks and will fit in that computer. I can choose exactly what version of SolidWorks and Windows I'm using. Not only do I know this is a certified and tested system, but they've even recommended me the best driver for that combination of hardware. I think it's really valuable to check out your graphics driver and which graphics card you're going to use with SolidWorks. If you've already installed SolidWorks, this is even easier through the SolidWorks RX program. This is one of the many efficiency tools that's going to be installed automatically with SolidWorks, so it will be in your start menus. Simply launch SolidWorks RX, click on the Diagnostics tab, and it will automatically look at your computer, tell you if there needs to be any hardware changes or settings changes, and it'll even recommend the best driver for your specific graphics setup. Of course, check out that system requirements page from SolidWorks, particularly if you're setting up something like a network license manager or a server product. Make sure your server level operating system is going to support that year of SolidWorks. Now let's take a look at what an install looks like. We do have in-depth videos and documentation on this, but it's pretty straightforward if you've been doing that download while you've been watching this video. Simply launch setup.exe and you'll have these 4 options. Individual is going to install software right now on your computer. That administrative image is for setting up an install that might get deployed to multiple different machines. Server products, or maybe that network license manager for your 9010 installations, or anything that would go onto a server. Or the download and share all files, that 4th option, downloads everything that would have came on a DVD in the mail so you can share that with colleagues or multiple machines. On the next page, just put in your serial number. You can copy and paste that in here. You don't have to type it. And based on what serial numbers you enter, this installation manager will automatically know what SolidWorks products it needs to install. If you already have some SolidWorks products installed, you can choose to leave them alone and have multiple years of SolidWorks on the same computer, or do an in-place upgrade so you're just left with the latest and greatest. Finally, make sure you do review that summary page, that it's got everything the way you wanted it, accept the terms of usage down on the bottom left, and you're ready to install. If the download has been done ahead of time, the installation should be relatively quick. Once you're done installing, you'll have the option to be shown a What's New PDF showing the new features of SolidWorks 2018 and offer to join the SolidWorks Customer Experience Improvement Program. I really recommend that you do this and click Yes, I want to join. It will not slow down your SolidWorks experience in any way. When you're running SolidWorks, some log files are already being generated about what's happening just internal to SolidWorks, and those are stored on your machine. This simply shares that information back with SolidWorks. SolidWorks is a company that greatly listens to user enhancement requests and relies heavily on the feedback of customers to decide where the software goes. So if you can join this program, we would really appreciate it. Of course, once you've got it installed, it's time to activate SolidWorks. So just launch it for the very first time. The activation wizard will come up, enter your email address, and hit next on the prompts, and you'll be activated and ready to go. Remember, if you ever need to move SolidWorks to a different machine, you don't have to uninstall it. Simply hit help and deactivate, and your second machine will be ready. So I hope that shows you how to download and install in a very quick manner. But now that you're up and running, let's speed things up into getting a quick start of training, how to get a hold of technical support, and some advanced services from MLC CAD Systems. And this goes above and beyond the SolidWorks tutorials that are built in. Check those out as well. That's under the Help drop-down menu. You can choose SolidWorks tutorials. These files are already there and ready to run. But along with SolidWorks, you may have purchased a subscription service. I mentioned this a few times already, and some licenses that require a SolidWorks subscription to run. But I think the most important thing about having an active subscription is that it entitles you to live tech support from MLC CAD Systems and our applications expert team. This is my team of degreed engineers that we're here for all the time. We all cover all the different areas of SolidWorks products, but we also specialize in those detailed areas like I do for simulation products. The subscription also entitles you to service pack updates and new releases. Throughout the year, SolidWorks will come out at SP 0.0 and it'll move through SP 5.0. Each one of those is available through Help, Check for Updates, or can be automatically downloaded in the background. When the next year's 2019 release comes out, in October-November timeframe, you'll automatically be given access to it, and if you want ahead of time, you can participate in the beta programs. A couple licenses like SolidWorks Visualize and CAM Standard do require an active subscription to work. SolidWorks Visualize is included with SolidWorks Professional and Premium licenses on active subscription, and SolidWorks CAM Standard is available in all licenses of SolidWorks as long as you have a subscription. Additionally, some of those web resources, like those ability to use every item in the SolidWorks customer portal, require a subscription, and you're given some free certification exam codes. 2 per year if you'd like to get certified as a SolidWorks Associate, Professional, or Expert in any of the different tool sets. These are great resources to check out and add a bullet to the resume, or to come to the SolidWorks World Annual Conference with those certifications in hand. But back to what you get from MLC CAD Systems, the tech support team is top-notch. Call us at our 800 number using option 8, come to our website and fill out a tech support form, or just send us an email at solidworksupport@mlc-cad.com. We close almost all cases in the same day because we have a team of highly qualified experts, and we can bring a high level of knowledge to this field. We do this in Spanish or English if you need both. Feel free to attach files to these emails. Screenshots are great. And if the files are too large for email, visit mlc-cad.com. Under the support section, there is a send files option, so you can send extremely large files to us and just let us know if you've uploaded one there. Of course, the process I like people to use starts with help.solidworks.com or the help inside of the SolidWorks application. Anytime you're using a tool, you'll see a question mark in the top right. That's going to open up the help to the correct location. After that, I say check the SolidWorks Knowledgebase. This is a link in that solidworks.com customer portal that is a database of answers to commonly asked questions from SolidWorks corporate themselves. There is a huge user base of SolidWorks users, so Google is your friend. You will find a lot in the SolidWorks forums, a lot across YouTube, but this is an official database that I find answers in all the time. So check the SolidWorks knowledge base if you have any questions at all. Of course, if it's how-to or learning or an install question, our YouTube channel is likely to satisfy that. But we're here for anything. 800 number or our email address is a great way to get to us. Maybe you've met a favorite AE by now, or you're meeting one in training. Feel free to call or email any one of us direct. We'd like to get a full description of the problem at hand, your SolidWorks serial number, screen caps, but as long as you give us callback information, how to get a hold of you, that's going to be enough. I do want to mention that SolidWorks RX program one more time. That's installed automatically with SolidWorks. It's where I recommended checking the Diagnostics tab. It has a function called Problem Capture. And using this, you can record your SolidWorks screen what clicks you're making, even include files if you want to, and zip that up into one little file. When you send that to us, it gives us log file information, it gives us a recording, we can start troubleshooting and researching on our end. It basically encapsulates 100% of the problem, so when we get back to you, we have the best possible information. If you haven't already, go create that SolidWorks customer portal account. All you need is an email address and a serial number. Multiple people could use the same if needed. And if you're worried about the screens looking a little bit different, just check out our YouTube page. We do have a YouTube video showing customer portal account creation. That knowledge base is there, and the downloads and software updates are all there at SolidWorks.com. Although there is a second SolidWorks webpage called my.solidworks.com. And I do think of this as a one-stop shop for SolidWorks, but I use SolidWorks.com as the login that controls everything. In fact, if I go to my.solidworks.com, login is in the top right, and it's that same information I created over at SolidWorks.com, so it just logs me right in. This is one page where you can get to a lot of different SolidWorks web pages. For instance, if you want to download CAD models, this links to 3D Content Central. There's links already built into SolidWorks for that website, and it's a database where users upload files, as well as suppliers may upload files there as well, so you can download pre-built CAD models to go ahead and use. There are trainings similar to YouTube videos here, these SolidWorks forums, a Drive account which gives you some online storage similar to a Dropbox type account, and you'll even find options here late in the summer to beta test the software inside of this website. Really cool functionality. So thanks for watching this video. I hope in this short time I've given you a background of who MLC CAD is and how we help our customers be more efficient, what we can deliver above and beyond just software solutions. Hopefully a better understanding of these SolidWorks serial numbers and how they all work, as well as a quick start for downloading and installing SolidWorks right now. If you need anything customized at all, if you need any training to help you get up, quick start or a public class, or just technical support help, don't hesitate to call us. That's what you're here for. That's what we're here for. And once again, thank you for your time and being an MLC customer.